welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Meredith E. Phillips. I'm a writer, reader, and bunny mama. Today I wanted to show you my writing space. I love seeing the spaces where other people do their writing, and I thought it would be cool to show you mine. You've probably seen a little bit of my space in my last videos, since this is where I also film, but I wanted to give you a closer look at the things I tend to have on hand and that I like to use while I'm trying to write. One of my very favorite things that I have at my writing space is my motivation inspiration board that I've got up here on the wall. I've had this up here for a long time. I don't usually switch out the things that I've got up here because the things I have on here are really motivational for me. A lot of the things up here are from Elise Blaha-Kripe, and I'm going to link her Instagram information below, because if you are any type of creative, whether you do writing, art, knitting, sewing, whatever kind of thing you're into, her feed is so inspirational and encouraging. She's really big on goal setting. She wrote a book about goal keeping, which I bought and is excellent if you're interested. But again, her Instagram is really great regardless of what kind of creative pursuit you're doing. So I'll link that below so that you can check her out. But a lot of these art prints and text graphics are from her planner, the Get to Work book. I bought that several years ago and used it. It was great. It comes with calendar pages with these graphical text cutouts in them. So even when you're done with the planner, you can save these and reuse them like I have, or reuse them in other projects if you want. The ones from Elise's Get to Work book are all of these and all of these down here on the bottom. I also have a few things from Allie Edwards. She's a memory keeper and scrapbooker. I'll link her below as well. And I used to do a lot of scrapbooking. I don't really do that as much anymore, but I do still have some of the leftover product, and some of them are directly related to stories. Scrapbooking is about telling your story. And so I have a few cards from her collections. This one over here says everyone has a story, and this one says start building that dream, which is very inspirational. When I find new things or new quotes or new advice that I really love, I'll put it up here. So some of the ones that I've added myself, I've got down here along the bottom a quote from Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, which is one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's in my Instagram feed from several weeks back if you want to go scroll back through and find that. I also have that Samuel Beckett quote that I shared in my video on the fear of writing. So I've got all that up here. I really enjoy having this. It's colorful, it's creative, it is motivational. One of the other really important things in my workspace is my chair. This is a really nice office chair. If you're going to spend a lot of time writing at a desk, I think it's really important to have a solid office chair. This chair is from Han, which is a really nice company. I actually work for an office supply company, and I got this on clearance through our supplier for like $70. And usually this chair is something like $700. It's a really expensive chair, but you don't have to buy something that expensive. Do try to get something a little nicer for yourself if you can. Folding chairs or other chairs that don't really support your legs and your back and your arms aren't really the best for extended periods of writing. The other thing that's really important to me is having a clean workspace. I do not want a lot of clutter on my desk while I'm trying to write. For me, that's super distracting. So I keep it to a minimum. I've got my lamp over here, which provides a lot of extra light for me, especially when it's night or dark outside. That light is super helpful. I've got my computer, of course, I need that. And then I have a few other knickknacks on the side that I'll show you here in a second. The desk itself is fairly small. It's really not all that large. It's an IKEA desk. It's not anything fancy. If I get too much other stuff up here, like candles and coffee cups and all kinds of other stuff, it gets cluttered really fast. So I try hard to keep it as clean as possible. This corner here has a few different things. I have my little word tags, which I showed you how to make in a video from the other week. I'll link that up below in the cards for you and down below. I've got a few other little knickknacks in here that I probably, if I was being really strict about it, I could get rid of off the desktop, but I do tend to use them fairly frequently. I've got some gum, whiteout, some tape. I have Lego Dave Grohl as encouragement for me, Post-it notes. I have this little deck of cards that I made that have tweets or other inspirational things from some of my favorite authors, and I can grab that when I need a little bit of inspiration. I've got flash drives and some things like that there. I have my NaNoWriMo mug and some favorite pens. This is definitely the most frivolous thing on the desktop. It is Nikolai Lantsov, who's the best character of all time. And it came in a little, I think it was an Illuma crate box. He's my favorite, and I like having him there on the side. And then I've got my planner, and I've got a notebook here for notes and planning. The final piece of my desk is this cart. It's also from IKEA. It's a really great cart. It's very compact, but it actually holds a ton of stuff. You can still get these at IKEA, I believe, but they are also sold different knockoff versions at places like Michael's and Target, and I highly recommend them. They're pretty inexpensive if you're looking for somewhere compact to store a lot of items. On this top level, I've got some magazines, some folders with some various writing materials that I've printed out. I have a whole bunch of different craft books. This is the book by Elise Blaha-Kripe that I was talking about a little earlier. A few more writing craft books, journals, my headphones, my external hard drive. My favorite pens, Pentel RSVP, Fine Line, Violet color pens. I've got my glasses case up here. I have a printout showing some different goals I have and the days that I am working toward those goals. On the back here, I've got a binder with a printout of my current work in progress, and I also have a paper trimmer back here, mainly because it won't fit anywhere else. On the side, I have two little cups. They just hang onto the edge. They're also IKEA. I've just got a few little knickknacks in here. A lighter, obviously, for all those candles I'm burning, and scissors and pens and things like that. The middle tier is probably the least writing oriented. I have a lot of older materials up here, mostly related to scrapbooking. I've got tape runners, some stamps, different binder clips, things like that, just kind of some little things, a date stamp. I do have some post-it notes, some index cards, and things like that. Finally, on the bottom, I've got all of my notebooks. Some are blank, some I have started to use and are at various stages in progress. This one is pretty filled, and then others are just kind of, you know, I've used a few pages or whatnot. I've got some new ones that I just got. Aren't those pretty? Excited to use those. So those are all here on the bottom. And that's it. I hope that was a fun little view of the space I use to write in. If you have a video or pictures or anything like that of your writing space, make sure to leave me a comment below and let me know where I can find it. I'd love to see what you have going on. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content coming soon. Thanks. Bye. And I thought it'd be cool to show. Oh, I can't see how I look.